Good afternoon, everybody. How is all of my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having an amazing day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 WWE Raw Recap, episode 26, and today's episode is a special episode because today's episode was live from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today. They've got a plethora of different flavors, including Shadow Monarch Surge, Calio Cream, Push and Punch, and so many more. And if you want to try all the flavors they offer, they have a 3-flavor and a 6-flavor sampler pack. They also have the Founders Pick Bundle and a 5-tub bundle if you want to buy in bulk. Each tub makes you about 90 energy drinks, so keep that in mind. They also have bottles and shakers in mini character solos. They got the Joker, they've got Black Wolverine, and so many other designs. And if you want to get some merch, they also have shirts and hoodies. And if you don't want to make the drink, they've got you covered there too. You could get a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans in mango orange cream and strawberry banana. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. And when you do get to check out, make sure you use a promo code Nikki D Russis, 12 characters, all caps, no space, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link will be in the description below. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Was live from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked things off with the Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman walking down to the ring, and Paul Heyman was about to give Seth Rollins the microphone, but Braun Breaker took the microphone from him, and he says he has his own vision of what WWE is going to look like. The vision that Seth Rollins has him being champion for multiple decades. He also has a vision of WWE without Sami Zayn. He mentioned that Sami Zayn has an expiration date, and it will expire tonight. Braun Breaker went on a long tangent of things that he hates about Sami Zayn, from his beard to his entrance music. Braun Breaker broke it down for us before handing the mic to Paul Heyman, who handed it to Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins asked Braun Breaker if he was feeling all right, and then Bronson Reed took the microphone. down, and he reminded us just how dominant he is. He reminded us of the 6 tsunamis that Bronson Reed hit on Seth Rollins to build some respect into Seth Rollins. And he also discussed Jey Uso and how he needs similar treatment. Bronson Reed vowed to Tsunami Jey Uso to respect. Before handing the mic back to Seth, Seth was going to say something, but instead handed the mic to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman said the Empire starts tonight and it will strike first. Targets Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Penta. Paul Heyman broke each one of those down individually before Seth Rollins asked for the mic. And Seth Rollins pretty much said, "Y'all said it all. Providence, welcome to Monday Night Rollins." His music hit, and that's how we wrapped up the opening segment of Monday Night Raw. Then we had a Judgment Day promo, and they have a Liv Morgan eulogy set up in the back. Thinking the whole thing was silly. Finn Balor saying that Liv Morgan is going to be out for a long time. He's dealt with a shoulder injury before, and it took him 8 months to come back. So he understands that Liv Morgan's recovery tour is going to take a while. And Raquel Rodriguez told Roxanne Perez, "You got a lot to prove. You got to beat Kairi Sane tonight. We got to retain our belts at Evolution." And Raquel Rodriguez said, "We'll go from there." Ended up being Dominic was alone in the back. There was a cake left for Dominic. It was from AJ. AJ Styles was right behind the locker. AJ Styles is so funny. He had this look like, "I'm watching you." I just love the chemistry that Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles have been building. Can't wait for that match. And speaking of matches, now we get into our first match of the evening as the Pirate Princess arrived at the Providence. Kairi Sane going one-on-one with Judgment Day member Roxanne Perez, and Roxanne Perez came out the box, guns blazing, firing punches, dominating Kairi Sane early on in this matchup. Even threw Kairi Sane into the corner before Kairi Sane reversed. And just like that, Roxanne Perez was able to bounce back and gain control again as Roxanne Perez was taking down Kairi Sane. Then Roxanne Perez countered into a roll-up for a 1-2 kick out. Then Roxanne had a headlock in, and Roxanne hung Kairi Sane on the rope, but Kairi Sane hung in there with a roll-up for a 1 kick out. Roxanne Perez rolled immediately up for a 1-2 kick out. Then Roxanne went into a bridge pin for a 1-2 kick out before Kairi Sane locked in a submission. But Roxanne Perez was able to get to the ropes. Then we saw a lot of high-flying action between these two women until Kairi Sane was able to hit a Hurricanrana, followed it up with a back fist, went out of the ring. Kairi Sane was in control. She went to the top rope. Roxanne Perez, though, was able to dump Kairi Sane off the top rope, and Roxanne Perez then stomped on Kairi Sane's arm, that was laid over the bottom turnbuckle. So really creating a target there before we went to the commercial break. And when we returned from the commercial break, both women were down. Kairi Sane was the first one to able to take control from there, able to hit a beautiful neck breaker as she started to walk the plank, hit a flying forearm, went to the top rope. Roxanne Perez, more than aware, eventually able to get the roll up for a 1-2 kick out. Then Roxanne Perez hit a kick and followed it up with a running uppercut. Then Roxanne Perez hit a nasty springboard moonsault for a 1-2 kick out. And this is where Roxanne Perez started to target Kairi Sane's arm, which she injured just before the commercial break. Was able to hit a nasty pento-like sacrifice, and then Roxanne Perez ended up missing, which allowed Kairi Sane to hit a kick. We thought Kairi Sane was still going to start to get the upper hand, and then Roxanne Perez targeting Kairi Sane's arm again, and was able to hit a beautiful knees to the neck for a 1-2 kick out. Then we went to the top rope. Kairi Sane was able to hit a headbutt, followed by an elbow. Then Kairi Sane found a way to power up and hit Roxanne Perez with an Alabama slam. Then Raquel came down, took out Roxanne, but Kairi Sane was able to hit a crossbody on Raquel. Roxanne was in control when it got back into the ring. Went for pop rocks, missed pop rocks. Kairi Sane roll up 1, 2, 3. Kairi Sane defeated Roxanne Perez via pinfall, and then we saw Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez attempt to jump Kairi Sane after the match, which is when Asuka arrived, and Asuka took out Raquel. Then Kairi Sane took out Roxanne Perez with an insane elbow, as Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, reuniting and standing tall to close out that segment. Then Sami Zayn was backstage with Kathy Kelly, and when they sat down this week, Sami Zayn said he's got so many issues on so many different fronts, dealing with Karrion Kross, dealing with Bronson Reed, but tonight he's got to put all of those issues aside and focus on Braun Breaker. That was pretty much the biggest thing that Sami's said. And then Adam Pearce and American Made were backstage. Ivy Nile said she wanted in for the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution. Adam Pearce said, no problem. You're already scheduled to be in the match. You're in. Then we saw the Kabuki Warriors show up, and Adam Pearce also announced that the Kabuki Warriors will join the Judgment Day, Charlotte and Alexa, and Sol Ruca and Zarya in a fatal 4-way match at Evolution for the women's tag team titles. And that's how we wrapped up hour 1 of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked off hour 2 with a Nikki Bella promo, and she told us that she is ready to return back to the ring. She is ready to become champion yet again, and to prove to the world that Nikki Bella can still compete with the best of them. And honestly, it got me really excited for Nikki Bella, as she declared that she was going to be in the Battle Royal at Evolution. So this Battle Royal continues to get more and more stacked. Then we had Sami Zayn coming out to the ring, getting ready for his match against Braun Breaker, and from behind, while Sami Zayn was walking down the entranceway, Karrion Kross came from behind, attacked Sami Zayn with an even bigger pipe this week, right to the already injured ribs. And Sami Zayn was laid out in the entranceway. We went to commercial break, and when we returned from commercial break, Sami Zayn was arguing with Adam Pearce and with officials that he can go in this match against the Braun Breaker. And at the end of it all, Adam Pearce threw his hands up. Fine, you can go. Let's go. And then Braun Breaker's music hit, came down to the ring. Braun Breaker looked at Sami Zayn like Braun Breaker was a hungry dog. Sami Zayn was a piece of meat, and it was dinner time. That's exactly the vibes I got when I saw how Braun Breaker looked at an injured Sami Zayn. And the Sami Zayn tried to come out the gates when the bell rang, but all he did was miss punches from Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was able to hit a shoulder to the ribs in the corner, and at this point he called Sami Zayn pathetic. He asked the WWE Universe, "Is this the best you've got?" Then Braun Breaker ripped the tape off of Sami's injured ribs, exposing those ribs, and immediately Braun Breaker halted Sami Zayn into the air and hit a knees to gut as Braun Breaker just dominating Sami Zayn. Braun Breaker was then able to hit a suplex, continuing to dominate before Sami Zayn ended up getting some mojo going, hit a clothesline on Breaker. Then Sami Zayn took down Braun Breaker. Sami Zayn, we thought was flying high through the air, but all Sami Zayn was flying into was a spear from Braun Breaker. And at that point, Sami Zayn rolled out of the ring. One of the few times I could say veteran awareness to roll out of the ring came back to bite him. And Braun Breaker wasn't having any of that. He sped up, hit a 23-mile-an-hour spare. The straps ended up coming down. Braun Breaker hit a third spear of 23 miles an hour, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, Braun Breaker defeated Sami Zayn via pinfall on Monday Night Raw, and that's how we wrapped up that segment. Then we went backstage because Adam Pearce was sitting down talking to the War Raiders about getting them another tag team opportunity, and the War Raiders saying that they should be at the top of the list of contenders for the tag team titles. Before we saw the New Day come in decked out all in black, mourning the loss of the World Tag Team Championships. Absolutely loved this thing we had going. Becky Lynch arrived. She sent her condolences to the New Day about losing their titles, and ended up calling Adam Pearce a horrible guy. And Becky Lynch looked at the New Day and was like, it was good that you got rid of Big E. Ended up calling him a scumbag before Becky Lynch came out to the ring. And Becky Lynch basically stated that she wanted to pick her opponent for Evolution. She said Io Sky was able to pick her opponent. She said Tiffany Stratton was able to pick her opponent. All true. And Becky Lynch wanted the opportunity to be able to pick her opponent. She feels like it's really unfair that she's put in this situation, considering the fact that the number one contender match was a double pin draw, which nobody won. Even Michael Cole afterwards on commentary said Becky Lynch has no number one contender. So Becky Lynch is wondering why there's a triple threat match now for her Women's Intercontinental Championship scheduled at Evolution. And just like that, she was interrupted by Bayley, and Bayley came about halfway to the ring. She was about to say something before Lyra Valkyria's music hit. Upstage, Bayley walked right by Bayley, right into the ring, and started to address Becky Lynch. But Bayley was quickly able to interrupt Lyra Valkyria. Bayley said that she don't need friends. All she needs is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then these three women started to discuss WrestleMania 41 and everything that happened that really started this feud between these three women. Bailey even went as far to say that I watched you win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then she said, I watched you lose it to Becky Lynch too, and raise her hand in the air like a little bee. So that's when things really erupted, and a brawl ended up kicking off between these three women. Lyra Valkyria was able to hit the Nightwing on Becky Lynch. Lyra Valkyria was then able to hit the Nightwing on Bailey. And at the end of the segment, Lyra Valkyria was the one that was standing tall. And then we went backstage with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman announced that Sami Zayn will be out of action indefinitely, which really made Braun Breaker laugh, but Seth Rollins said, we're only a third of the way done. He pretty much said, Bronson Reed, you're up next. And Bronson Reed said, I'm going to go out and take care of Jey Uso. Then Bronson Reed came out. The Yeet Party in Providence really kicked everything off. And we had Bronson Reed going one-on-one with Jey Uso. And Jey Uso came out the box, all systems go. He was hitting punches. He was in control until Big Bronson Reed just crushed Jey Uso. Reed was able to hit punches, threw Uso in the corner and squashed him. But then Bronson Reed attempted a running senton and missed, which is where these two turned it into an all-out slugfest. Uso was hitting kicks. Uso was hitting Pele kicks. Jey Uso even hit a suicide dive that cleared Bronson Reed right off the announce table. But even with all of that, Bronson Reed had no problem inserting himself right back into this matchup, hitting a headbutt. Then Uso hit a kick. Then Uso hit a second kick when Bronson Reed was sitting in the announcer's chair, and Uso was going to attempt a second suicide dive on Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed took the announcer's chair, threw it right at Uso. Disqualification. Jey Uso was able to defeat Bronson Reed via pinfall, and then afterwards, Bronson Reed attacked Jey Uso, hitting not one but two tsunamis before security and general manager Adam Pearce arrived. Then after that, we had an LA Knight promo where LA Knight was talking about his match with Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event, really breaking down all the reasons how Seth Rollins messed up and how LA Knight is going to come out victorious on Saturday. Then we had a Rhea Ripley promo where Rhea Ripley was breaking down what's going to happen at Evolution, as she's got a women's world championship shot against Io Sky. And that is how we wrapped up hour 2 of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked off hour 3 with El Grande Americano going one-on-one with Dragon Lee, and the very tall version of El Grande Americano came out, and I really thought the size difference between these two men were comical. Michael Cole was a little harsh on commentary here, but El Grande Americano started this match off with a shoulder tackle. Dragon Lee was able to roll him up for a one kick out. Then El Grande Americano hit a Hurricanrana. Then Dragon Lee followed it up with a Hurricanrana of his own for a one kick out. Then Dragon Lee was in control. turnbuckle, ended up hitting a springboard for a 1-2 kick out, and then these two superstars started going back and forth. Lee ended up hitting a drop kick, and Lee dumped El Grande Americano out of the ring, hit another drop kick, but El Grande Americano was able to intercept the suicide dive, and ended up whipping Dragon Lee into the steel steps, and then threw Dragon Lee over the barricade into the timekeeper's area as we went to the commercial break. And when we returned from the commercial break, both men were on the top rope, and Dragon Lee was able to flip around into a sit-up power bomb for a 1-2 kick out, and then Dragon Lee attempted to demask El Grande Americano, and Dragon Lee was able to hit a kick into the bottom turnbuckle for a 1-2 kick out. Then El Grande Americano ended up hitting chops on Dragon Lee, followed it up with a beautiful neck breaker for a 1-2 kick out. Then El Grande Americano was stuck in the tree of woe, and Dragon Lee was able to capitalize with a double stomp for a 1-2 kick out. Then he ended up hitting a suicide dive, got El Grande Americano back in the ring. El Grande Americano, when getting back in the ring, slid the steel plate into his mask, was able to hit a diving headbutt. 1, 2, 3. El Grande Americano defeated Dragon Lee via pinfall on Monday Night Raw. Then we went backstage where Penta was with Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker immediately showed up and told Penta to respect Paul Heyman. Penta wasn't having any of it. Then we got a video package of Stephanie Valkyr as she announced tonight that she will be declaring for the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution. So the field in the Battle Royal continues to get more and more stacked. Then we had the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther arrive, came down to the ring and started to discuss Saturday night's main event. He continued to say how Goldberg couldn't lace his boots, and Gunther thinks that Goldberg is scared of Gunther. And then we heard the revving of an engine in the parking lot. Goldberg pulling up in a Mustang, slammed the door shut, marched to the ring. His music hit. Goldberg got in the ring, punched Gunther. Gunther was able to avoid the spear, but Gunther's punch on Goldberg's punch on Gunther was enough to knock down the World Heavyweight Champion. Goldberg stands tall, and he says in 5 days it's on. So really hyping up the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Goldberg at Saturday night's main event, which is where we went into the rundown of Saturday night's main event, which is that match, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and we had a rundown of Evolution as well. We got reminded of all 7 matches that are on the card. Keep a lookout for my predictions video this week regarding Evolution. And just like that, we were segued into the main event of the evening as Seth freaking Rollins was going one-on-one with Penta, and Penta was able to hit a kick early in this match, got out of the ring, bounced off the announce table. This ended up breaking out of the ring pretty fast, ended up hitting a kick, followed it up with a chop. Then they ended up getting back in the ring, and immediately back out of the ring again. He was bounced up the announce table again. Penta went for a chop with Seth Rollins on the post, and he missed. Seth Rollins ducked out of the way, and Penta hurt his hand. He was able to hit a Hurricanrana and get it back into the ring, which is where Seth Rollins got control of the match. He hit a chop, but Penta followed it up with another kick, and he went for the upside down kick, but Seth Rollins had enough wherewithal to get out of the ring. Then Seth Rollins, when they did get back in the ring, attempted a pedigree. Penta was more agile enough to reverse that, and Penta then dumped Seth Rollins out of the ring. He hit a suicide dive, and just like that, we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, Seth Rollins was in control of this match as he started to grind down Penta. Penta, though, was able to fight back, hit some chops, was even able to hit a sling blade on Seth Rollins, and that's when Penta really started to pick up the pace, hit Rollins with an upside down kick. Then both men started reversing each other until Penta was able to hit a beautiful backstabber for a 1-2 kick out. And just like that, both men were down. But when we got back to our feet, Penta was able to hit another kick. But Seth Rollins was able to catch Penta, hit a knees to the gut, went to the top rope, hit one of the most devastating frog splashes I've seen in a long time. 1-2 kick out. Then Seth Rollins went for the stomp. He couldn't get it. Penta was able to hit a Hurricanrana, followed it up with a Penta driver for a 1-2 kick out, and just like that, both men were down. Penta was able to get back to his feet. Thought he was going to be able to lock in the sacrifice, but at the last second, Seth Rollins avoids a sacrifice, ends up coming up, hitting a buckle bomb. Then Penta hit a Mexican destroyer. 1-2. Seth Rollins was able to reach out for the bottom rope. Seth Rollins then hit a headbutt while his head was between the legs of Penta. Headbutt low blow, which set up Seth Rollins beautifully. He hit the stomp on Penta. 1, 2, 3, and Seth Rollins defeating Penta via pinfall as Paul Heyman yells now, as just like that, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed arrived. They went down to the ring. LA Knight arrived and hit a BFT on Seth Rollins, and LA Knight ran into the crowd, a hit and run to end this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. That was the 2025 WWE Raw recap, episode 26, which was live from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video was sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today at www.w.gg or search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar. They have a plethora of different flavors. They have bottles and shakers. They have hoodies and shirts. They've even got 12-ounce cans if you don't like making the drink. And so go check out W Energy Drinks today. And when you do get to check out, make sure you use promo code Nikki D. Russis. 12 characters, all caps, no spaces. NICKYDRUSSIS. in order to receive 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link will be in the description below. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.